Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Sagebrush Happy Hour Journal entry for September 29th. Happy Monday. So I'm sitting in here with my back to our indoor garden today, hence the kind of change in view. A lot of times I don't sit here. This is Annie's favorite place to sit. So anyway, so that's why we've got the green stuff in the background there. It's a sunny day, but it's just a little bit chilly and a little bit too windy to do the journal entry from out on the porch swing. And so I'm sitting here on the couch with Petey, and we'll do it from indoors. So Saturday, I ran into town and got groceries, and then went to north of town in the area that's called El Prado, which is a kind of northern suburb of Taos, I guess you'd call it, or outlying village outside of Taos, north of Taos proper. And there's a intersection there between Highway 64 and Highway 522, and the road that leads up to the famous Taos Ski Valley. And we call that intersection the either the old blinking light or the blinking light intersection. And so one of the navigation points around here in the Taos area is if you talk about the blinking light, everybody knows where you're talking about. Well, what they did is that there's a brand new Ace Hardware store right there by that intersection. And that is great news. Here in Taos, we actually have two Ace Hardwares that are down in Taos proper. One is kind of on the south side of town, which is the bigger one that has the lumber yard. And then there's a little one right in the middle of town that you can pick up, some stuff, but not like lumber or anything major. It's definitely not, like a Lowe's or anything. And the other two stores that we kind of have is there's a privately owned or locally owned lumber store called Randall's Lumber, and then there's the Tractor Supply store in Taos. But having an Ace Hardware on the north side, up where we live, saves me tons of time and tons of gas. I mean, to run to the South Ace Hardware store for me is a 50-minute trip, and probably 32 miles each way. So it is about 60-mile round trip to the old hardware store. And so that would be, if you're in a project and you're trying to get something done and there's always that one little item that you have to run to the hardware store for, that's pretty much untenable here. So having a hardware store that is only 17 miles away is quite a savings, and so it's still a ways. I mean, you're talking a half-hour trip each way, so an hour round trip, but an hour round trip is a lot better than a 2-hour round trip. And they're pretty well stocked. It's brand new. Of course, the people that are working there are still getting used to where everything is at, and they are going to put in some lumber, and so that I'll be able to do some construction. And so my current project is, I have two projects that I need to build. The hot tub surround, and I'm plumbing in the propane hot tub heater. And then also my main house well pump or cistern pump still needs some work on it. I need to upgrade all the plumbing from 3/4 inch to 1 inch plumbing. So I have to re-plumb in the whole house pump that pumps the water, because we're only getting about 28 pounds of water pressure. And that doesn't make showers too much fun. It's kind of like standing under a dribble rather than an actual shower. So I've got one of my next major projects is to replumb that, so that with the bigger pipes, and hopefully that will increase our water pressure. And so that's a high priority, but we'll see if we can get to that before we go on a trip here soon. So that's what I kind of did Saturday. I picked up some plumbing supplies, and probably need to go and get some more plumbing supplies, which is always the case. So we'll fix that up. And then the other thing is good news is that the propane hot water heater heats up the hot tub like mad. I can't believe it. And it kind of makes me wonder whether or not the actual heating, the heater unit, the 1 kilowatt heater unit within the hot tub, is actually doing its job, or if I'm just doing friction heating. And so I don't know exactly how to be sure to test that exactly, but it's amazing. I actually got distracted and looked away for a half hour when the propane hot tub heater was running today, and we got up to 120 degrees, and it was, kind of like the old cartoon with the hot tub having the steam come out of its ears. And so I'm kind of letting it cool down overnight, and so it's a little bit too hot to get into right now. So that's kind of what's happening out on the mesa and in the indoor garden today. Cheers, everybody.